Buckle up because the landscape of Hollywood is shifting right before our eyes. In a massive move that has everyone talking, Warner Bros. Shareholders have officially approved an $81 billion sale to Paramount. This mega merger is set to fundamentally reshape the industry, and we are breaking down what this massive consolidation means for the future of your favorite movies and shows.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-Pack Screen Protector plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
From the gymnastics floor to the shores of Malibu, Livvy Dunne is making major moves. The former LSU star is officially trading her leotard for a role in the high-profile Baywatch reboot, marking her most significant step into acting yet. We are diving into why this transition is so much more than just a hobby for the global personality, and how she is navigating her brand new life in Hollywood. Big changes have hit the set of the highly anticipated Michael Jackson biopic. Actress Kat Graham has confirmed that her scenes portraying the legendary Diana Ross were cut from the final version of the Lionsgate film due to specific legal considerations. We are looking at the behind-the-scenes drama and why this pivotal character was left on the cutting room floor just ahead of the big premiere. Finally, an anonymous entrepreneur known as Alex is fighting a clandestine war against AI companies to save Hollywood from massive intellectual property infringement. Using a startup called VNAI, he is exposing how platforms like Midjourney can bypass copyright protections to generate iconic characters. It is a wild story of tech, law, and high stakes that you do not want to miss. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Hollywood just blinked, and the entire landscape of entertainment shifted under our feet. In a move that feels like something ripped straight out of a studio boardroom drama, Warner Bros. Shareholders have officially greenlit an $81 billion sale to Paramount. We are talking about a mega merger of historic proportions that effectively redraws the map of Tinseltown. But why should you care? Because this isn't just about stocks and signatures. It's about the future of the movies you watch and the streaming services you pay for. When giants like these collide, it usually means massive consolidation. And for the audience, that translates into fewer players controlling what we see on our screens. It is a bold, high-stakes gamble in an era where traditional media is fighting tooth and nail against the digital wave. What do you think this means for the next generation of blockbusters? Drop a comment below and let's get into the debate. At the end of the day, as corporate empires expand, we have to ask ourselves, are we entering a golden age of content or just a monopoly of the silver screen? What happens when the most famous gymnast in the world decides to swap her leotard for a lifeguard uniform? Livvy Dunne isn't just flipping on the mat anymore. She's officially diving headfirst into the bright, cutthroat world of Hollywood. We've seen athletes transition to screens before, but Dunne's move into the upcoming Baywatch reboot feels different. It's calculated, ambitious, and frankly, a masterclass in building a personal brand. It's wild to think she's going from the rigid, score-based world of gymnastics to a set where the only perfect 10 is how you hold the camera's attention. Dunne herself admitted that her perfectionist streak is what drives her, but let's be real. Acting is a different beast entirely. In the gym, you train for a specific routine. In Hollywood, you train for rejection. She's candid about how hard that transition has been, noting that getting a single yes in this industry is a massive win compared to the structured feedback of competitive sports. Working alongside heavy hitters like Stephen Amell and Shay Mitchell is clearly a crash course in high-stakes acting, and playing Grace, a junior lifeguard, seems like the perfect entry point. But don't think for a second she's stopping here. She's already eyeing the horror genre and idolizing legends like Julia Roberts. It's clear she's not just looking for a cameo, she's looking for a career. Whether she's courtside supporting Paul Skens or landing major endorsement deals, Dunne has proven she understands the spotlight better than almost any other athlete of her generation. She's treating Hollywood like another competition, and if her track record is any indication, she's already halfway to the podium. What do you think? Can a social media powerhouse truly become a respected A-list actor, or is this just another side project? Drop your take in the comments below, and if you're rooting for Livvy's silver screen debut, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more updates on her journey. After all, the stage is set, and the second act is just getting started. Ever wonder how much of a movie's history actually ends up on the cutting room floor before it ever hits the big screen? Well, if you were looking forward to seeing Kat Graham step into the shoes of the legendary Diana Ross in the new Michael Jackson biopic, Michael, I have some news that might disappoint you. Graham officially confirmed on social media that her entire performance as the iconic Supreme singer was scrubbed from the final cut. And the reason? It wasn't about her acting. She cited legal considerations that forced the production team to make some tough calls. It is a massive shame, especially since the chemistry between Michael and Diana was such a defining pillar of his life, stretching all the way back to his early days with the Jackson 5. We are talking about the woman who famously mentored him, and according to Jermaine Jackson, even inspired the classic hit, Remember the Time. So, why pull the scenes? Reports suggest that the film originally included a much more complicated look at Jackson's life, specifically regarding the child's sexual abuse allegations. Apparently, a third-act portrayal of an accuser ran into a legal brick wall because that person's settlement with the estate strictly prohibited any dramatization of their story. That legal roadblock seems to have had a domino effect on the edit, ultimately leading to the removal of Graham's scenes. It brings up a really fascinating debate about biopics. Can a movie truly capture the truth of a life when legal constraints limit what can be shown? Critics like David Rooney have already noted that the film feels dangerously close to saint-making, which is sure to stir up plenty of controversy once it hits theaters. Lionsgate is already looking toward a second film to cover the final chapter of MJ's life, so perhaps we will see more nuance there. But for now, I want to hear from you. Do you think biopics should be allowed to bypass legal hurdles for the sake of the story, or should the estate's wishes be the final word? Drop a comment below and let's get into it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the stories behind the headlines. Imagine a secret operative working in the shadows of Silicon Valley, terrified that his next move might make him a target. No, this isn't a spy thriller. It's the reality for an entrepreneur we'll call Alex, a man on a mission to stop AI from eating Hollywood alive. From behind a blackened Zoom screen, he's not dodging the mafia. He's dodging the massive AI firms currently being accused of industrial-scale copyright theft. Why is he so worried? Because in this polarized climate, even the titans of tech aren't immune to backlash. Just look at the firestorms erupting over generative tools. Alex is a fintech veteran who has poured over $100,000 of his own money into a clandestine startup called VNAI. His goal? To expose exactly how these AI models are stripping copyrighted IP without even breaking a sweat. It all started when he watched users effortlessly clone the iconic aesthetic of Studio Ghibli. He realized the so-called safety guardrails on these platforms were basically made of paper. So he launched a Trojan horse project called Lightbar to pressure test the systems. The results were startling. By using style references, essentially a digital shorthand, he could force tools like Midjourney to spit out a perfect Yoda without ever actually typing the name Yoda into the prompt. He's showing studios exactly how their characters are being synthesized, and the legal teams are reportedly floored. But that's where it gets messy. AI companies argue this is all transformative fair use. They claim training on public data is the foundation of innovation. Legal experts like Kim Mayer, who represented Scarlett Johansson against OpenAI, suggest that current copyright law is effectively a blunt instrument trying to perform surgery in a digital age. It's not equipped to handle this. Alex believes the cycle of endless litigation is a losing game. It's too slow and too expensive. He's building the tech to prove the theft, but more importantly, to police it. He doesn't trust the AI giants to regulate themselves, and he doesn't think Hollywood has the technical chops to catch them in the act. He wants to be the watchdog in the machine. Is this the end of creativity, or just a new frontier of enforcement? We're watching a clash between the old guard of intellectual property and a future where nothing is truly original. If you want to see how this digital tug-of-war ends, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. In a world where AI can clone anything, the only thing more valuable than the content is the proof that you own it.